Each time a man stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope, and crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current which can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance.
Our next winner spent her early teens volunteering with Special Olympics in her native Texas. Her arms opened wide, Andi Brooks hugged winners as they crossed the finish line. Her emotion and enthusiasm came naturally. Andi grew up with a cousin with intellectual disabilities. She understood the bigness of small victories. She savored the process of progress. These qualities didn't fade with time. If anything, they gained strength and force. Today, Andi's arms remain wide open to embrace the individuals she supports as program director of REM Iowa Community Services in Davenport. The teenager has grown into a professional with a fierce determination to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. Andi is a very quiet person, offered her nominator and area director, Angie Thompson. Unless there is a mission, then her voice is heard. In February of this year, Andi took on the mission of helping one individual with a traumatic brain injury manage his cancer treatment. Communication was challenging for him, so Andi attended his medical appointments and worked with doctors to ensure they were speaking in terms he could understand. She did her own independent research. She shared best practices with her staff. And she supported this individual once treatment began. He declined rapidly, explained Andi. It was a matter of doing anything and everything possible to ensure his safety and to get him the best possible care. Eventually, that meant moving him to a 24-hour nursing facility. Andi's efforts to find him a bed were complicated by mistakes this individual had made years before. He had thwarted the law, and now the law was limiting his care choices. I am not a judge or a jury, said Andi, who refused to let the individual's past dictate his present. And I don't give up. It's part of who I am. She and her team called and visited more than 50 nursing homes. All said no. Meanwhile, the individual's health continued to spiral downward. He was admitted to the hospital for the last time. He chose to stop treatment and asked only for comfort care. Even then, Andi had to fight for him to stay. While she was fighting, she reconnected him with his father and brother and made sure they understood and followed his end-of-life plans. In the end, Andi was the person who offered this individual peace. A cure was not possible. A room in a nursing home was not possible. But something bigger was possible, the peace that comes from human connection. Never be afraid to raise your voice for honesty and truth and compassion against injustice, the great Southern writer William Faulkner once counseled. And knowingly or not, Andi has been following Faulkner's advice since her teen years with the Special Olympics. That she grew into a skilled human services professional is testimony to the depth and breadth of her commitment to others. So, Andi, for raising your voice when it counted every single time, for combining great love and fierce advocacy as you lift the individuals you serve, and for inspiring your colleagues to reach higher and dig deeper on behalf of others, I am proud to present you with the Ripple of Hope Award.